2 outside lights, no wiring visible. Let's see what we can do. Ow. Get me a little finger down there. What do you reckon? Losing it, man. I'm losing it. That's it. Look at this bad boy. I'm going to be stood at the other end of the garden doing this. So as you can see behind me, we've got a new build property in Chichester. We're going to be putting a light on this side of the wall here and a light on this side of the wall here. We were going to have the option of putting conduit on the exterior of the walls here and here, up and down, and perhaps feeding through from a socket internally, but we don't want to do that. The client wants the cable in inside the walls. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a walkthrough of what we would do to make sure the client is happy with this. The proviso to this is we know that the client is actually going to be decorating inside here shortly. They've got plans to do that. So we can make our holes as neatly as possible. We've got to repair them as best as possible, ready for the decoration. But all in all, I just want to show you how easy this can be done. Let's go. I'm going to make this as simple as possible for you. So we're going to drill our holes through from where we want the locations of the 2 lights, which are on the other side. We've got a socket here which is fed off the kitchen ring circuit. We're going to come off that. The client's happy with just a fuse spur to control the lights outside. So somewhere along here we're going to have a switched fuse spur with a 3 amp fuse, obviously, because we're going to downgrade it off the ring circuit. Then we're going to have a cable behind here. This is dot and dab. The cable we're going to try and thread. I'm going to try and thread it behind the wall. Then when we get up onto the ceiling, which is up there, we're going to have to drill a few holes because the joists run that way and that way. So I need to get across these joists with the cable. I'm going to drop down to this one here. So hopefully these walls, there's not going to be much damage. There's going to be a few bits here. I'm going to be using the downlight cutter and also the Dade, which I'll leave a description below for that, which collects all the dust. Fantastic for doing downlights. We're also going to use our stud buddy, which we use to find our joists. So you can see up there, there's a little magnet on there, which picks up the screws that the dry liners have used. So you can see there. Don't know if you can see, we've got our studs, and then here, you can probably find our other stud. Oh, there. So we know we've got 1, 2, probably 3 to get across, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. And really quickly, I'm very grateful for everyone that has liked and subscribed because it helps our channel grow. It helps me, helps the family. I enjoy doing it. If you've got any questions, please, don't be shy. If you miss a stupid question, you think, do I ask it, do I not? Stick it in the comment below. I'll try and get back to you with it and see what we can do to help you. Especially for those that are training, for those that are apprentices. I love helping people that just don't know why we do something. And if you're an experienced sparks from another country or even from this one in the UK, tap in and tell me how you do it in your country. I'd be really interested. We've already had a few comments recently about that, so tap in. But enough of that. Let's just crack on, eh? First things first, we need to get into here, get our box drilled out here, get it chased out with the multi-cutter, see where we are, and that gives us a location for our cables to get back to, and hopefully we can thread through here with a tiny little bit of 2.5. So we're going to feed this onto our fuse spur. Our switch fuse spur is then going to feed our 2 lights externally. Let's have a look. The next step we want to take is we need to see, or I need to see, how far I can get up this wall without having to chase out. Now normally we perhaps think, oh, it's easy just to run a chase up, nice and neat, put it back, it'll get repaired. But if we can get away with less repair, it's better for the client, it's better for me. So we're going to use this, our cable tongue. Just going to see how far we can get with this. What do you reckon? Right, so we know that's where I've hit. Just putting a little mark on there just to see where we are. You can see on there, we've got our mark. And we know then, if that's our mark there, we are pretty much almost to the top. We're probably hitting a bit of the dab or the adhesive that they use to put the back, and it's probably around here. which you can feel. We've got a bit more information on it. We know we can get a 1mm cable, that's our lighting cable, to feed up, that's going to go through to our light, then come out again and go up to our other one on the other side of the doors. So we just need to make sure that that gap, where we get to the top of there, we've got access so the cable can come out of it, go into our ceiling void, and then get our cable all the way across to the other side of the double doors. That sounds more complicated than it is, but I'm going to show you how we do it. And a little tip, we want to keep all of these. We want to make sure that whatever hole we make in that ceiling, we're going to use these to go back into the ceiling and do a small little repair on it to make it easier for the decorators that are coming in. So put those in a safe place. And that, for you trainees or apprentices, that is what is behind some plasterboard. So this level here is your plasterboard, that is your dab, that's your adhesive that they use. So that's the most important bit that we've got. We've got past that, which means we've got a full run through that wall. Now we've just got the ceiling to do, but I wanted to show you that so you knew what we were dealing with and why we do what we do. These are the light fittings that the client has chosen. They're from Dunelm actually. They are nice and solid and they look beautiful. If you can see those. And then the client has requested here, obviously on the left hand side of the door that we're looking at, we could have gone centre, but actually we're just going to push it forward just ever so slightly. It's going to go about there, and we're going to match it up with the other side, the same distance in. So we're going to match them up either side. They're both going to look absolutely symmetrical, so that when we're sat in the bottom end of the garden having a nice cup of coffee or a glass of wine, they look absolutely perfect. And it just satisfies all of us with a little bit of OCD that they're going to be bang on. I wanted to quickly show you this. So where we've measured off on the outside, we've come into about here. So what I wanted to do, I've done it on the other side of the wall, I'll show you in a minute, is I've just made a little access hole. This is all going to be put back and we're going to put some filler in. That's not a problem for me. But then I suddenly realised we're not within a zone here. I don't want to be in the centre of that wall. That is prime time, hanging a picture or anything like that. So we have to come in 150. So what I've done on this side is I've actually found a gap. You know, the dab that we were talking about later, that's here. But there's a gap here, which sits us right in that thing. I mean, I can go put a cable anywhere here, and it's in a safe zone. But in reality, the closer we get to that corner, the better. So the cable is going to come through here. On the outside, I'm going to have to drill through at a slight angle. So I'm going to have to come in like that to hit that there. Even if I do make a little bit of a hole here, we know that that's going to come out and I can get that filled in. Just wanted to give you an update on why we put that there. On the other side, we get away with it because where we've done our access holes, we're in that same zone of where we're going above our fuse spur, so that's not an issue. We know there's going to be a cable there. On this one, there's no socket down below, there's nothing above it, there's nothing to say that my cable's going to be there, so we have to put it in that zone. That's it. We're using our 10mm SDS bit, so it's long enough to go through the wall. We're going to go through, that's easy, we're easily going to fit our 1mm twin and earth through there. I'm going to do a nice neat hole through the wall at an angle. Come with me. Get the ear defenders on, eh? I don't know if you can see him. So he's slightly off from where I've drilled my access hole, but I'll get that, he's just there. He's about there, which is still within our zone. Our twin and earths that come down, actually, to be fair, are about there, and I think, well, we are there. So not too bad, within the zone, and we're through. With no, where did I put my ear defenders? And where did I put my drill? Still in the wall. Losing it, man, I'm losing it. Ow. I might need a longer drill bit, we'll see. Move this, don't want to get that covered in brick dust. I'm gonna need a bigger drill bit, I've got it. Look at this. Don't think it'll even fit on shot, shall I do it that way? Have the right tools on the van for this. Look at this bad boy, I'm gonna be stood at the other end of the garden doing this. Not bad for a shot, Tommy. So we're through, just look at that gap that I managed to get it through. So the hole goes through there, 12mm hole. That gives us our zone to go up to the ceiling. We've still got to do our holes across here. But yeah, just give you an update. That is what we're looking at for accessing our cable. You can see here, we just got to do wherever our joists are, which I'll show you in a minute. We just need to make a hole and skip our cable across. So there's just going to be one 1mm cable up, along here, down, going to pop through to that fitting, out, and come down to our fuse spur, which is fed from that socket. And hopefully that kind of makes a little bit of sense. As we mentioned before, our timbers go this way, they go towards the back door. So imagine like at each one, so we need to find it. On some instances you can hear that it's hollow, but I know using this, which is the Stud Buddy, great little bit of kit that you can get from Amazon. I'll put it in the link in the description below to find out where our screw holes are. So we know that sticks to there. We know that we've got a stud there because that's where the dry liners have pinned it up, because it's magnetised to the screw that they've used. So we just need to find out where the next one is. There's one there. Any pencil lines we're going to rub out using the Mega Wipes later, or the eraser that I've got. Can I find the other one? There we are, found him. One to get over here, one to get over here, one to get over there. I'm going to hit this on a time lapse, because it'll just show you me drilling holes, doing the access, and then what we'll do is I'll rerun it and show you, just explain how it's going to look. I might even do the time lapse for pulling the cable in, because I can explain it afterwards easier, and I don't want to bore you guys. I think we're almost there. I'm pretty happy with this. So we got our holes above here. See the one behind me, the access. Got access all the way across the ceiling down to this light fitting here. So we've just made a little notch using a 25mm just wood bit. The cable will sit into this void here. When we get to this one, I've just notched out just about, I've gone about 10mm deep, so it's enough for the twin and earth. And then obviously our plasterboard will sit over there, but we'll pin those in, and the same there. And we've got access there with no timber at the end. So it's a case now of pulling our cable from here, making sure, I'd rather do this run first, so make sure we've got it all through here. Then we'll have a length dropped here to go through to our first light, and then a length drop there to go through to our second light. Then we'll get them all down to our fuse spur, which is just below me here. And then we can start just repairing this. That's all done. Then we're only working in 3 areas. Fuse spur, socket end, 2 lights, done. Then we can power up and check out how it looks. I hope that explained. If you've got any questions about it, leave your questions in the comments below. It's very much worth noting as well the cable that we're using today. So I said to you we're using 1mm, but using the 1mm that's my favourite, and I'll show you why. We've got it all sleeved and ready. This is from Doncaster, manufactured in the UK. Doncaster cables up north. So we always have this on the van because it speeds up the second fix or just the wiring easily. No more air sleeving. So Doncaster, shout out to you. Let's get some wiring done. Better to have it than be looking for it. Want to make sure it stays as flat as possible all the way through this run. It's just easier to pull. The question is, can I get this cable down that wall without using the cable tongue? And we said before in our video, we can see the dab, we've got a bit of thickness there, but I can get me a little finger down there. Got him, I've got him, I've got him. This is going to go down to our fuse spur here. 2 cables are going to pop through. Beautiful, beautiful, I love it. Don't like it. Oh, I'm going to have to make another hole, and I don't want to. I do find it funny that I sometimes don't want to make a hole, bearing in mind that I've just made a load of holes behind me. I just get on with it. Stop whinging and do. What is it? Don't think, just do. Is that Maverick? I think it might be Maverick, that.
Don't think, just do.
It's a little Top Gun reference. Good film, that. There he is. Just coming out the bottom there. Yes, we are through. Beautiful. So both of them are ready to go. Lights can go on. Before pushing on and doing the outside lights, that's the final little treat that I'm going to give me because we've got nice weather. I just want to get this all repaired, all tidied up in here, hoovered up as best as we can. And really quickly, I wanted to show you why I've done what I've done here. We're not going to take, originally I said I'm going to take 2 cables through to this light, which means we'd end up with 2 cables in that light fitting. But with the fuse spur so close here, why? All I've had to do is just run that cable down here. So both of our feeds to each light, so we'll end up with 2 1mm, are going to go into our load side of our fuse spur. That leaves me with just 1 cable at each light fitting. Easy for maintenance, easy for install. Let's have a look at the lights. These are for Dunelm. I kind of showed you before, but that is the unit there. Glass, kind of rectangular fitting. We've got a bracket that goes on the back there. Is that? Yeah, we're going to get that fixed on at the same height on both of them. I'm going to get them wired up. I'll probably show you the video just of wiring up quickly when we're doing it. But yeah, we're ready to go. Let's do it. Let's get some plugs and screws. to our final connection. I just wanted to make sure just to show you guys, because I'm gonna have to time lapse. This shows this is a real video in someone's property, is that they've got to go out in a bit, so I need to speed this bad boy up, which means I'm gonna have to cut the chat down with you guys. Don't know if you're disappointed with that or not, but I'm gonna show you. This is gonna get time lapsed, but I'll show you what we're gonna do here. This is our kitchen ring. It's a socket rather, it's fed off the kitchen ring. We're gonna have a bit of 2.5 that's gonna go from there to there. This is our back box that's gonna go in there. It feeds our two cables. One goes to the left-hand side light, one goes to the right-hand side light. That goes onto the load side of our fuse spur from Click. And we're not gonna forget this. So many times people forget this. Our 3 amp fuses, because we're gonna downgrade it, obviously because it's lighting. It's only 1 mil. And yeah, we always knock it down to 3 amp for lighting circuit or for a bit of lighting work. That's what I'm gonna do. It's time-lapse time. I hope that's enough for you, and I'll try and get a quick snap of it at the end of it. Let's go. And we are done, finished. I'll show you what we've done. We've got our fuse spur here, all fed, nice and neat. We've got a few bits that we repaired. We managed to get across the ceiling. We got down and through there. And as you'll see here, that is our finished product. And on the other side, same thing. Nice light fittings, all done with no exterior wiring at all. And that is how we do it. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, hit the subscribe, hit the comment button if you've got any questions. I'll leave all the description of the gear we've used if I can. But more than anything, like and subscribe. Sending love. Have a great time.